According to analytics after the election, whenever they looked to find out who voted for Trump and who voted for Kamala Harris, according to Fox News, as well as many statistic sites and analysis, they show that 40% of the American vote that went to Kamala Harris were the godless, the non believers, atheists. They figured that Kamala Harris would turn America upside down, destroy America from the inside out, along with Joe Biden, and then they would bring an age of socialism and communism into America. And a bunch of these type of people aren't just doing this in America. They're doing this in Europe and UK and a lot of other countries. And there's also still information coming out that China might have actually, which is filled with atheists, may have actually hacked into systems and did all kinds of things to interfere with the election. So not only are these people godless, but they're cheaters, they're liars, and they use the mainstream media in order to put false accusations out there. They did everything they could. They literally did everything they could to jail their opponents, just like the communists of history. They tried to kill him, just like the communists of history. There's not one single thing or step they did differently than what they did historically with their opponents, anybody that criticized their views or their political beliefs. And now they're out there on social media threatening to hurt people, like I showed in my last video. I have a video that's about an hour long that's on my radio that shows a compilation of atheists threatening to end the lives of Trump supporters, as well as do their damnedest to try to end the life of Donald Trump. I have an entire compilation of this on my radio. For the last 4 years, I've been taking pictures of my screen of people making threats and doing horrible things. Because of what these people have done, they went out of their way to have the cops defunded. They wanted it to where there was absolutely no way that we'd be able to defend ourselves. Through Kamala Harris, our military was sent way out in the middle of the ocean, and the government actually set it in place, actually passed a law with the Pentagon stating that American soldiers are allowed to kill people in America, its own citizens. This is exactly like what Stalin and Adolf Hitler and all the other atheist dictators did before. They were intentionally trying to destroy America, ladies and gentlemen. These liberal, godless atheists deliberately went out of their way to try to destroy our education system. They tried to destroy society. They wanted to take down religion. And if they would have won, then the next 4 years we would have seen our entire country dismantled and we would have never had an election again. Why? Because the Democrats had brought in all these illegals because they wanted power. And if you've got 20 million people in and moved them into all these swing states, then every single election it would have turned blue. Why? Because the illegals, as well as the socialists and liberals, they thrive. The only way they survive is if you, as an American, are paying for everything. That's what socialists and communists do. Everybody's got to pay money. And for the people out there who don't want to work, who would like to just sit on YouTube all day and run their mouth, that's nice. They get to sit back, eat a Happy Meal, and Doritos and Twinkies, and they don't have to worry about actually working anymore because the hardworking American will do all the job. The problem is that, like what happened with Stalin and a lot of these dictators, they tried to destroy a lot of farmlands. And by doing so, this would destroy the food source. And with 20 million extra people in our country, we would have ended up not only destroying our food source, and people would have starved just like they did in every atheist dictatorship, but we also would have had our stock markets explode. Our economy would have sunk into the ground. We would have been one of the poorest countries on earth. People would have been scrambling. There would be war in the streets because people are trying to get food, just like what happened with Stalin and Adolf Hitler and all these other atheist figures in the past. I voted for Trump so he would get rid of the criminals and clean up the swamp, that our system would be purified. Not so we can now all of a sudden that we have the power, we do buddy shit and go out and have dinners. We already had that happen with Republicans and Democrats. No, we need actual change now, not just talk or promises.